I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a real good.
When it comes to heated debates, in boxing few topics ignite passion like who will win as Tank Davis prepares to defend his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach on March 1st. The talk is already gaining momentum. But again, they pick and choose, so it is what it is, and again, the media like to hate him too, so I am going to catch a lot of that. Fans and fellow boxers are sharing their thoughts, and Leonard Ellerbe, one of Tank's strongest supporters, is confident the champ will emerge victorious. But what makes this fight even more intriguing is the backdrop: Tank's retirement, his unpredictable moments, and the unique weight of this particular match. When the people at Who I Fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get dumped. I'ma beat his ass too, for so ye'd better be quiet. I don't give a f. The world of boxing thrives on heat, and Tank's story has it in spades. On Christmas Eve, Dant shocked fans by announcing the fight against Roach was cancelled. Social media erupted with speculation. Was it a ploy, a mental lapse, or just another twist in the career of a fighter who has never been afraid to wear his emotions on his sleeve? Whatever the reason, it added yet another layer to an already captivating narrative. Within days, it was clear the fight was still on, and Tank resumed his preparations, but the incident revealed something deeper: his complicated relationship with boxing, which has led him to declare this year his last in the ring.
Boxing more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, where so I don't.
Leonard Ellerbe, the man who has been in Tank's corner for years, provided insight into Dant's mindset. Speaking candidly on the laboratory with Plaz, Ellerbe said, "I can understand what's going on. Things are different. When you have kids, it changes your life completely. He sees things differently than he did 6 or 7 years ago." Ellerbe's words carry the weight of someone who not only knows the fighter intimately, but also understands the brutal realities of boxing. Life is so much more than something you do for a living. Ellerbe continued, "You have respect for the fans who pay their money to see you fight, but you have a life outside of boxing. They want you to keep doing this, and they really don't care about your health afterwards."
Bro, because he been tricking the boxing game for too long. He been tricking the boxing game for too long. He makes shit look good.
Boxing is without question one of the most punishing sports in existence. The history books are filled with fighters who stayed in the game too long, sacrificing their health and well-being. All highlighted this grim reality, emphasizing that many boxers of the past suffered permanent damage after being exploited by the sport. They went through a lot of health problems, a lot of permanent things. All said, I understand the philosophy that you get into the sport, leave your mark, and then you leave it there. Everyone's opinion is different, and everyone has different goals in life. For Gervonta, those goals now include stepping away while he's still at the top, both physically and mentally. But before he says goodbye, he's determined to solidify his legacy, starting with Lamont Roach.
Dog, stop playing all this bullshit, acting like you that dude. You that money dude for sure. But when it comes to like straight balls, you know what I'm saying? You got one dude that...
Roach, for his part, is no pushover. The 28-year-old challenger has been quietly building his reputation with a slick boxing style that emphasizes precision and ring IQ. Roach's camp believes he has the tools to dethrone Davis, pointing to Tank's recent lapses in focus as potential vulnerabilities. And while Roach isn't as flashy or outspoken as some of Davis's past opponents, his calm confidence could make him a dangerous threat. I'm beat. Applause. But let's be real, Von Davis is no ordinary fighter with an impressive record of knockouts. Tank has proven time and again why he's one of boxing's biggest stars. His explosive power, combined with a keen ability to adapt mid-fight, makes him a nightmare for opponents, even when his personal life and mental state seem to waver. His performances in the ring remain nothing short of spectacular. It's this duality that fascinates fans and experts alike. Can Tank's raw talent and determination carry him through the distractions, or will the weight of his own expectations finally catch up with him? I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds, but I'm always looking for a knockout. And if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off. Among the boxing pros weighing in on this matchup, opinions are as divided as ever. Some believe Roach's technical skills could frustrate Tank, forcing him into uncomfortable territory. Others argue that Tank's sheer power will be too much for Roach to handle. Roach is a solid fighter, said one prominent trainer, but let's face it, Tank is a different animal when he connects. Its lights out. Olby naturally falls firmly in the ladder camp. Tank is ready, he said confidently. He's been working on his fitness, he's almost at weight, and he knows what's at stake. This isn't just about defending a title, it's about proving he's the best, even as he prepares to step away. And I promise you now, I promise you, you better leave them home, you better leave the females home on my mother, you better leave the females home, and the kids on my mother now. But not everyone is so sure. Still, Tank's track record speaks for itself. Even when facing adversity outside the ring, he's managed to deliver when it counts, and for many fans, that's all that matters. I don't care about his tweets or whatever, said one enthusiastic supporter. When the bell rings, Tank shows up, period. The stakes couldn't be higher for this fight for Devon. It's a chance to remind the world why he's one of the best to ever do it. For Roach, it's an opportunity to shock the world and catapult himself into the spotlight. My thing is, Gervonta Tank Davis only has after this 5 fights left. We're running out of time. I want some incredible things to happen. Tank is a heavy dude. People keep saying that he's tiny. He's not. Look his bones. And for the fans, it's another chapter in the unpredictable, thrilling saga of Devon Davis. Whether you're rooting for the champ or the underdog, one thing is certain: March 1st can't come soon enough. However, this fight has the boxing full of anticipation, not just because of the titles and records on the line, but because of the layers of history and tension that make this fight a grudge match in every sense of the word. While many view Davis as the clear favorite due to his ferocious knockout power and unbeaten record, others argue that Roach's familiarity with Davis could spell trouble for the Baltimore native. The tension between these two fighters isn't just professional, it's deeply personal. We fought twice in the same tournament, so yeah, and then we fought in the Junior Olympics, in the regionals, and we fought in nationals. Roach's camp has been subtly hinting that Davis's recent distractions, including the birth of his son and his wavering focus on boxing, could give them the edge. There's a quiet confidence coming from Roach's team, suggesting that they've studied Davis closely over the years, especially during those amateur clashes and shared camps. They've seen his strengths, but more importantly, they've seen the vulnerabilities he rarely shows in the ring. Roach's supporters believe this intimate knowledge gives him a unique advantage, one that could lead to an upset that shakes the lightweight division. Yeah, the fact that Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is, it goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not. That matters when you know a guy's rhythm, when you know their speed. Davis, on the other hand, has been making waves for reasons that go beyond his power punches. His decision to delay the original fight date to spend time with his newborn son drew mixed reactions. While some praised his priorities as a father, others questioned his commitment to his craft in a sport as unforgiving as boxing, where even a momentary lapse can derail a career. Davis's decision added fuel to the fire of critics who claim he's losing his edge. The rescheduling of this fight has given Roach more time to prepare, and his team's confidence has only grown with each passing week. Adding to the intrigue is Davis's current state of mind. Known for his intense focus and relentless aggression, there's been speculation that the pressures of balancing personal life and professional obligations are beginning to weigh on him. Some insiders have suggested that Davis isn't approaching this fight with the same killer instinct that's defined his career. I let y'all know, son, his father was up here shaking on the what's his name. He was shaking on the thank everybody that played a part in it. My team, Roberto Diaz G. Jonas, he was shaking on this. My shaking, how you going to say it's cap? And got going to say it's cap on watching got to be. While he remains unbeaten, there's a sense that this fight could reveal cracks in his armor. Roach supporters are banking on the idea that Davis may be underestimating him, a mistake that could prove costly when the punches start flying. Roach's camp has also been stoking the flames by pointing out that Davis hasn't faced someone with Roach's level of familiarity in years. The amateur history between these two fighters isn't just a footnote, it's a blueprint for what could happen on March 1st. Roach has openly stated that he knows how to disrupt Davis's rhythm, how to exploit his tendencies, and how to avoid falling into the traps that have ensnared so many of Davis' previous opponents. For Roach, this isn't just a title defense, it's a chance to prove that he's been overlooked and underestimated for too long. I say in FR what I say. 9th round, you say 9th. Yeah, what's your response to that? Lamont, look, he got scared. Look, He looked at I'm telling you saying you going down in a ninth, but Davis isn't one to shy away from pressure. His devastating knockout win over Frank Martin was a stark reminder of just how dangerous he can be when he's dialed in. With 28 of his 30 wins coming by way of knockout, Davis has built a reputation as one of the most feared punchers in boxing, yet critics argue that his reliance on power could backfire against a fighter like Roach, who's not only resilient but also technically sound. Roach's ability to adapt and survive in the ring has been evident in his recent fights, particularly his split decision victory over Hector Luis Garcia and his 8th round stoppage of Fergal MCC. These performances have bolstered his confidence and cemented his status as a legitimate threat, just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package and HEL. Sometimes I think he doubt himself, but I'm a competitor and I feel like I'm the best, so I'm sure when he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes see your mind when you hear the narrative surrounding this fight has also been fueled by whispers of animosity between the two camps. While neither fighter has been overtly disrespectful in the lead-up, there's an underlying tension that's impossible to ignore. Roach's team has subtly suggested that Davis is all hype, a fighter whose career has been carefully curated to avoid real challenges, supremely talented fighter who continues to underwhelm with his choice of opponents. This isn't just a missed opportunity for Tank, it's a missed opportunity for the sport. Boxing needs its stars to shine against the best, not coast through mismatches that do little to elevate their careers. Yeah man, I mean it, it's going to go Tank, going to be losing the first 3 rounds, then he's on download the data, then he going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he going to do the backflip, then Jim Gray's going get in the ring, or Caleb plant ha wife and say who do you want next, and Tank's going to say I want all those guys, and they're going to go to the press conference for all the criticism. There's still hope Davis has the chance to change the narrative with his final 3 fights, but let's be honest, hope is running thin. When asked about future opponents, Davis and his team have been vague at best. In the end, the fight against Lamont Roach feels like another chapter in the same story. It's a showcase for Davis's talents, but not a true test of his greatness. But do you see it the same way? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates. And thanks for watching this video, guys.